Hey YouTube, Brent with Cichlids. I kind of want to revisit an idea that I had posted at an earlier video. I like to keep mealworms. I have a small mealworm farm for my cichlids as treats. I don't do a very big diet of them because they have, not exactly sure what it's called, but some sort of fibers that can bind up your cichlids, so you don't want to feed it to them on a regular basis. But I like giving it to them once in a while. They love it. It's kind of like, it's a really good treat. It's kind of rich, I guess. So all you have to do is buy a small supply from either your pet store or get it off of eBay. Pretty cheap. The more you start out with, the better. I mean, it's better if you start out with like 100 or 500 mealworms, and then you just kind of let them turn into pupae and then turn into beetle. But I'll show you what I got right now. I kind of let my stock dwindle a little bit because I wasn't taking care of them very well, but they're pretty hardy. I still have some left, so I'm just gonna kind of start over and let these beetles have babies. But so right now I'm gonna show you my top shelf. This is kind of how I start out. So as you can see, I've got a number of beetles in here. I think some of them are actually underneath the substrate too. And this is actually some like cracked wheat that I got from like a farm supply store. I got like a 50-pound bag for like, I don't know, like between $13 and $15. So it's really cheap and it lasts forever. And that's their bedding, but it's also their food. And then if you want to, for liquids, you have to give them like, carrots or potatoes or, something of that nature so that their bedding doesn't get moldy. You can make fancier farms where they have like netting underneath and the babies fall through, but this is sufficient too. I noticed that if you use a plastic netting that they kind of actually eat through it, and then, I don't know, you have to put that bottom in again. So right there, they're kind of feasting on a carrot, getting the moisture out of there. The second drawer here is really old. I've had these guys in here for a really long time, so you can see a bunch of dead beetles in here, but there's also a good number of mealworms in here. So if I wanted to pick any out, nice treats for my cichlids. They're really easy to handle. I mean, smart to have a mask if you handle these guys because their poop is very fine and it's dusty, and I've seen on all kinds of YouTube videos where you can get like develop allergies from inhaling this stuff. So you can keep them, but just be relatively safe and keep yourself healthy. But yeah, these guys don't bite and they don't fly away. So this is the mealworm, and then the beetles actually can't climb the sides, so they're perfectly fine in here too. They can't get out. So they like it if you put like hiding spots in here, like, toilet paper rolls or like, half boxes, whatever. But they survive either way, and they tend to burrow down underneath. I find that you find a lot of them in the corners, and that's, I don't know if it's like a burrowing type thing or what, but yeah, as long as you keep plenty of moisture, like potatoes or carrots or something in there, they shouldn't like cannibalize, and just keep food in there. You can keep sorting them out periodically. Like I said, if you wanted to make like a self-efficient farm where it's self-sorting, that works great too, but it's not too difficult. So at any rate, that's what that looks like. And then here is my newer part of the farm where these guys are gonna create some more babies. And you can actually see, here's one of the pupae that I put up here. This is what they look like. They look kind of like something from the movie Aliens. just like a little cocoon. If it focuses in there. Yeah. So, pretty crazy looking. But I tend to keep these. I mean, I suppose I could feed these as treats too, but they've already come to this stage, and I want them to actually pupate into this. You'll notice that when they first hatch or come out of their cocoon or whatever it is, they will be kind of like a lighter, like darker white and kind of creamy color, and then they kind of darken with a little bit of age. But yeah, so this is my colony, and this is what keeps them going. So I don't feed these guys as treats. Their shells are harder than I want to give them anyways. So, but anyways, that's one of my tips. Very cheap treats for cichlids. Thanks.